Hi, I've got Zeus here with me. I don't know how long he'll stay sitting on my lap though. He'll probably want to get into a real comfy spot on the lounge. He's not usually allowed in here and he's not allowed on the lounge. So this is a bit of a treat for him today. So most of you will know me from my channel, I'm Di, and this video is going to be very different because this is video number 100. Who'd have thought that I'd make 100 videos and put them on YouTube? Well, we'll go back to the beginning. Why did I start a YouTube channel? Well, there were three things that came into play. You know, they say the planets align. Well, they do sometimes. My children had been saying to me, my adult children, they had been saying to me for quite some time, "Oh, Mum, you should start a YouTube channel." And I just kept saying to them, one, I don't want people to see me. I don't want to be talking on camera. And two, why would people be interested in what I have to do or what I have to say? So what actually happened was I followed a YouTuber in Portugal and loved it. Every week he'd put out great videos and he suddenly passed away. And there was an announcement on the channel that he'd passed away, and they said that they would leave the channel up so that his children and grandchildren could watch it, see the sort of man he was. Having lost my husband, I lost him 5 years ago, I just resonated with that. I thought, I wish I had YouTube videos that I could just hook into on any device, on my computer, my phone, anytime I felt the need to go back and reminisce. And so that really struck a chord with me, and I thought, what a nice gesture to keep the channel up. Well, it's since closed, but maybe not for family. They've made it private, I think. The second thing that happened was my son got very sick, and he lives 3 hours from me now, and I just felt helpless as a mum, that I just wanted to be there and look after him, as I always did when he was sick. And I said to him, what can I do? He said, all I want is your chicken soup. And I went, he said, you're going to have to teach my partner how to cook it for me. Now, his partner doesn't cook much, from what I believe. He's the cook. He's a gourmet cook. But I thought, well, how can I teach her? What can I give her to reference so that when the need arises, she's got it there? And I thought, okay, I said to him, I'll write out the recipe, I'll send it to you, and I'll take photos of every step. Well, when I went to do that, I thought, well, I could take videos of that. And when I started to do the videos, I put it to, I had all the different video clips, and I said to myself, how can I send this to him? Hey, I'm not very good with technology, not by the least. I'm okay, I get by, I do what I need to do. I mean, why would you learn stuff that you don't have any need for? So there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't know. And that was one of them. I didn't know how I could send him such a big file. I tried to send it over Facebook Messenger, and I went, I'm going to be sending like 10 different video clips, and some of them are long, but they were too long to send on that way, and I didn't know any other way to send them. So I just sat and thought, well, do you think that I could do video editing? Who knows, unless I give it a go. So I looked up online, and I found a free video editing software that I use, and I thought, I'll give this a go. So I was able to put it all together in one video. Now, you'll see my very first video, I didn't even know that you had to film in landscape, not portrait. So yeah, I made lots and lots of mistakes, but the best thing is that every step of the way I've been learning. So I learnt to do that first video, and then I went to put it on a YouTube channel, excuse me, and I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I'll make it private because I don't want anyone seeing me. And then I just thought, well, maybe there's other people like my son who likes this recipe. It's chicken and sweet corn soup, and it's from the Woman's Weekly cookbook. So I thought maybe there's other people who might want to see how it's done. And I thought, what can it hurt really to put it out there? I know it's not professional, but it gives you the basics. If you want to look at and see how to make it, it'll show you. So then I started thinking the third thing that was happening at the same time. I have an autoimmune disease, which I won't go into details about, but it affects me greatly at times. And I was going through a really rough patch, which was lasting for months. It was getting to the stage where I couldn't lift up a cup of coffee. I couldn't I couldn't turn on light switches. The pain to actually press on a light switch to make the light come on was just too much. I was spending a lot of time in bed, and when I did have good days or good few hours, because I do something and after a couple of hours I was just exhausted. When I had a good few hours, I thought, you know what, I really want to teach my grandchildren, who at the moment they're aged, I've got 2 4-year-olds and 2 that are around 18 months. And no, they're not twins. I've got 2 daughters and they had children at the same time. So I always thought that I would be teaching them to cook in their grandma's kitchen. And I thought, well, I don't think that's going to happen now, because it was looking like, if it continued, that I was basically going to be a complete invalid in a very short space of time, the way it was rapidly progressing. And I just went, you know what, let's get the family favourites cookbook out, and all the recipes that are the favourites that my kids would ring me up and say, Mum, how do you make this? Can you send me the recipe for that? And I would always take photos and send it to them. I thought, how about working my way through that book? And that way, if I'm not able to teach them, I still can teach them because it will be on video. So they were the 3 things that came into play that made me start my YouTube channel. Now, I've got to say, it's been very daunting at times. Sometimes I look at the video that I've done and I think, oh, I can't redo that because it's the middle of a recipe and I've said the wrong thing, or I've taken it from the wrong angle or whatever. But once you've finished the recipe, you can't go back unless you do the whole thing again. You can't go back and just fix that little bit. So some of the things I think, oh, do I really need to put that out? And I go, well, yeah, it's an integral part of this recipe that I need to show. So, yep, it's going out. So some of the things that have gone out, I think, oh, I wish they didn't. Other times, I'm really geared up to do something, and I've got all the ingredients ready and I'm geared up to cook, and not having the best of days, and I think, well, yeah, I can push myself, and then I look back at the video and think, oh, I should have maybe done my hair better, use the straightener or something, or I maybe should have put some makeup on. And so some of them, for me, I cringe when I look at them. But I think, well, the main thing I'm trying to do is just put out some information and some instructions on how to do some things. And, if that's what the video shows, that's the main thing. If people want to, go and have a look at a glamour model who, cooks in the most modern kitchen with the most modern appliances, that ain't my channel. But I will say that having done it, even though sometimes I think, oh, well, I continue, the biggest supporters have been my kids. So I have 2 girls and a boy. And my eldest is 35, I think, or going to be 35 this year. And then I've got 29, she's 29. And then my youngest is my son, and he's 25. So they have supported me the whole way. They've encouraged me, they watch my videos, they give me tips. Oh, Mum, I like this, and oh, you know what you could do different, and you know, oh, why don't you make a video on this? You know, any little things that they do, and they tell me they always watch and like my videos, which I love. And sometimes when they're wanting to make a recipe, they'll actually watch them with the grandkids, which is lovely. So yeah, I've got to say a big thank you to my biggest supporters. So I've made 99 videos, and this is video 100. So I wasn't even going to do anything special. I was actually going to make bread and butter pudding, but I think that that's going to be video 101. And my daughter said to me, why don't you make something special? You know, it's 100, you know, that's special. And I went, yeah, who'd ever thought that I would have made 100 videos for YouTube? So I'm just doing a recap of all the videos that I've done so far. So coming up, you'll just see them. I'll just have the thumbnails flashing on the screen, and hopefully you'll see towards the end that maybe my thumbnails have improved a bit. Some of the thumbnails, when I load them up to YouTube, when I haven't done a thumbnail, it will just select something from the actual video, and it's usually a picture of me. So you'll see a lot of the thumbnails which are just a picture of me. Either I didn't have time or didn't feel well enough, I just couldn't sit at the computer any longer to make a thumbnail for it. And for those who've never done a YouTube video, it takes quite a long time. So from thinking up the concept to getting everything ready to film, to filming, and then the editing. Once I edit it, I have to download it to my computer, which can take anywhere. I mean, I did a video the other day. How long was it for? I think it was about 15 minutes. So it only took 35 minutes to download, but then to upload, it took, I think, 45, 50 minutes. But then I've got to do all the editing. So I go through it bit by bit. I upload all my video clips. Then I go through it and I crop them and do little effects. Then I'll go back through it and add text and music where it's needed. And then I'll go through it one last time and watch the video completely. So for a half-hour video, I may have gone through that 3 or 4 times before it's actually uploaded to YouTube. So the longest one I've done, it took me about 12.5 hours to do the editing, from start to having it uploaded to YouTube, 12.5 hours. The shortest I've done, the shortest I've done is where I've just done one thing of my avocado tree, and then one that was like a minute 35 video. But yeah, it takes a long time to do it. But the good thing is, I have a lot of time on my hands. Since I lost my husband and I'm living alone, just with the dog, I do look after my grandchildren a lot, which I love. But other than that, it makes for a pretty lonely life. So it gives me something to get up for in the morning, because I've got something planned. I'm going to be filming this today, and I'm trying to put out 3 videos a week, and I'm basically keeping to that schedule. But it keeps me busy. It keeps me, looking forward to doing something. Not just the fact that it keeps me busy, I feel like I'm being productive and I'm doing something of value. So my membership has grown. Gee, I remember when I had like 20. I've got 20 people who are watching my videos. That's incredible. But I've noticed that I've now got 187 today it was. And but I went and had a look through the stats. Only 12% of my viewers are subscribed. That's amazing as well. We've got the internet now, we can share our knowledge, and that's what I love doing. I'm a member of a produce swap meet group, and I have picked up wonderful tips from people there, and I've shared things that I do. I have got a lot of useful information too from the group. but we can spread things a bit wider, like on this channel. So I hope that people who are just starting out, who are wanting to learn, or maybe even just giving useful tips to people who have been maybe gardening, cooking, sewing, whatever, for a long time. And I also want to show people, don't be afraid. Like, there's a lot of people say, oh, I could never sew. Oh, I know, it just seems to be a dying art. When I grew up, most mums could sew. So because they'd come through war years, years where there wasn't much money, there wasn't disposable fashion, clothes were expensive, so you had to mend them, or you would make them, or you'd get hand-me-downs that you might need to alter. So most mums could sew. My mum couldn't sew, and she always used to tell me it would be too hard. It's too hard to sew. So I never had that to learn from, but I did a knit-wit sewing course, which is just basic t-shirts and track pants and stuff like that, and that just started me. And I just thought, I'll try this and I'll try that. Sure, I've had lots of failures, but I just want people to see it's not that hard. The hardest thing that you have to overcome is this. You just have to realise we'll give a lot of things a go, and we'll have a lot of failures. We'll also have a lot of successes, and don't worry about the failures. Failures are actually something to teach us what not to do next time. And when you have a failure and you can actually fix it, it makes you use your brain, use ingenuity. Like, how can I fix this mistake? Is it repairable? Either with cooking, sewing, gardening, whatever. You use your brain to sort out your mistakes. Yeah. So thank you for those that have watched. Thank you if you're still with me at this point. I know I've been rambling, but I'd just like to say that this is a wonderful journey. I've got so much more to learn. I'm looking forward to learning it. I'm looking forward to, as I grow my channel, for it to evolve and for me to get better technology. I will say that when I started, and I still do it, I use my phone, which is a Galaxy S10e. So it's just a basic Android phone. And I bought a tripod, which cost me $20 off Amazon. And that's the only equipment that I have, that I use. So you'll notice in some of the videos, the lighting's not the best. But anyway, we do what we do. So again, once again, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's watched. Thank you for the comments. I love it when people comment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you are subscribed, just a reminder that sometimes, I don't know why, but YouTube drops subscribers off. Maybe you haven't watched my videos for a while. I don't know what the reason is, but I go back to channels that I'm subscribed to and I just double check. And it's amazing the number of channels that I thought I know I was subscribed to, but I'm no longer subscribed to. So if you're subscribed, just every now and then check that you are still subscribed. Let's get on with it. Let's have a look at the last 99 videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and he's looking forward to the next 100. Bye.